Hi everyone, PATTAYA Owl here. Swaddy Cap, Sabai Mai. Hope you're well. Well, I did say I would bring you a vlog on my blood test results. We don't shy away from anything on this channel. If you've not checked out the mental health vlog, take a look at that one. This one is about the owl's physical health. And of course, I turned 40 earlier this year. And the NHS said I was entitled to a full MOT, a full check on the bloods. And that's what I've taken. And the results are in. Roll the intro. Oh no, they said abnormal. And I'll get to that later on in the vlog. But let's start with blood pressure. Now, my blood pressure in the past has kind of been up and down depending on my weight, my mood, how much exercise I'm doing, how relaxed I am, stress levels, etc. However, when I went for my bloods, they took the blood pressure, and at the time of the blood pressure, it was good. It was 126 over 82, I think it was. It was good. Which surprised me actually, because I was a little bit nervous in that doctor's room, and I thought I might get, easy for me to say, a bit of white collar hypertension. But yeah, clearly not. So blood pressure, it's a tick. And I kind of knew I was going to be safe on this next one, and that was my height. 5'7", that's right, the owl is only 5'7", and that's not changed. That is the height. Will it change in the future? I don't know. Do you actually shrink as you get older? Let me know in the comments. You're looking a little bit heavy, owl. Well, thank you, I am. And weight, they weighed me, as I mentioned on the mental health video, they weighed me in at 15 stone 6. That is my heaviest ever. Last year, I stood on the same scales at the doctor's, and I was 14 stone 3. So that weight has to come down. There's no option. It has to come down. And of course, I will do my best to bring it down. She did ask, what have you changed? You know, apart from falling in love with the bangers in Pattaya, I don't know. On a serious note, I am going to fix that by eating less, moving more, and having less of the saturated fat. Now, when I'm on holiday, I'm not going to shy away, of course, from a brekkie at Time Bar or wherever it will be, because I'm on my holidays. But on my day-to-day life, I really need to cut down on some of the junk and move more. If you're wondering, well, why are you doing this video? Why are you being so open? Why are you sharing it? Well, because what I've learned is a lot of you guys appreciate it. And, you know, the whole point of having a YouTube channel is to share the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, etc. So me getting a full checkup at the age of 40, if that kind of inspires one person to go and get a checkup, it's kind of worth it. With my mental health video the other day, I told you a story within that vlog, a real story about me and how I've turned things around. And again, if that can just encourage or inspire anyone else to have a conversation, it's worthwhile. So this is a win-win for me. I enjoy making the vlogs, and there's some value and benefit for the people watching. Of course, it's all Pattaya related because the next trip is coming up in a couple of weeks. So this blood test started off, let's start off at the top with the all-important liver function test. And for you guys who have been following the channel, I did a vlog a couple of months ago on my health, and my liver's always been a little bit of a hit and miss due to kind of fatty liver disease due to diet, not drinking. So in the past, I've had a bit of fat around the liver. It's knocked out the numbers. There's a little bit of scarring on there as well. So the liver function test, I'm kind of expecting it not to be great. I mean, I've put on weight as well, of course. Well, the liver function test came back satisfactory, no further action, and all the numbers were in the normal range. And I can't believe that. I'm at my heaviest. Yes, I've cut out red meat from the majority of my diet. I might have the odd burger as a treat, but I've cut out red meat. And I just wonder if that's helped. I mean, I don't drink. I only have beers when I'm in Pattaya on holiday. So I was surprised. I thought it had come back abnormal, room for improvement, but it hasn't. It's come back satisfactory, no further action. But I'll still be continuing the work I've done. I'm still going to lose weight and try and improve that situation, because I'm sure I've still got some fat around the liver, and actually bringing down the overall weight will chip away at some of that fatty stuff around the liver. And of course, the liver is one of the only organs that can really fix itself and improve itself more than some of the other organs, so I've been told. Next on the list is kidney function, and this came back satisfactory, no further action on the kidney. So that's a relief. That's liver and kidney come back satisfactory, no further action. Third on the list is full blood count. This is where they check your red blood cells. Need a drink. Your white blood cells and all that good stuff. It's a very detailed test. That also came back satisfactory, no further action, numbers within normal range. And to be fair, the full blood count has always come back normal. So is the kidney. It's only ever been, for me, the liver. I think in 2023 it was off the scale, and I had a scan on the liver and it was very fatty at the time. Thankfully, I've been able to bring them numbers down. Did you get tested for diabetes? I did, and they've done a test to see if the owl has diabetes currently. And of course, we're in September 2005. These figures can change, just like the human body can change, but I haven't got diabetes as of today. The number I'm at is 37. It would need to be, I believe, 41 and above for it to be diabetes. And it's remained at 37 for about 6-7 years now. So, yeah, no diabetes for the owl. I have got family history of diabetes, so maybe one day, I don't know. But I'm going to do the best I can to avoid that type 2 diabetes. You can remember I had an eye test recently as well. I did a little video on that. No diabetes showed up within that, because the optician was explaining to me, if you have diabetes, it can affect the eyes. Like the blood vessels can actually bleed behind the eyes in more serious cases, and they couldn't see any signs of diabetes on my eye test either, and that matches the result today. So that's good news. So which bit's abnormal then? Unfortunately, I didn't get a clean sweep. The serum lipid levels, so the fat within the blood, the cholesterol, easy for me to say, came back abnormal. Yes, I didn't get a clean sweep. Abnormal on them serum lipid levels. And the reality is, the owl has got high cholesterol, which needs to be reduced by at least 40%. It needs to be brought down by 40% through eating less junk, by exercising more, having some of them benical things. Maybe they'll help with a bit of plant stanols or whatever it's called. Eating some stuff that's going to help lower cholesterol, such as oats, I've been told, is a good thing. And if you guys have got any advice, drop it in the comments. But it came back as this needs to be sorted. The owl needs to reduce his cholesterol, and that could work hand in glove with the exercise and the overall weight loss program. And they have booked me in for an appointment at the back end of October to get some advice on how to do that. Now, the end of October is a long time away, and of course, it's got nothing to do with the Pattaya trip, because that is at the start of October. And I did say I'm available to come tomorrow or any time before my holiday. But the next available appointment is the end of October. They're quite busy. And that is not with a doctor. It's with, I believe, a nurse who's going to give me advice on how to reduce the cholesterol, through diet and exercise, rather than having to take medications. So, not the worst news in the world, but not good having high cholesterol. But this leads quite nicely into the last bit of the brief. Part of this test they're offering to me, now I'm 40 years old, it's actually all to work out the Q-RISK-2 score. This is all new to me as well, guys. It's a cardiovascular 10-year risk, and they try to work out the chances of you having a heart attack or stroke within the next 10 years. And that's a percentage, so 100% would be extremely high chance, and I don't think they could ever give anyone 100%, to be fair. And these are just predictions. I mean, literally, they could say I had 0%, and then you could just literally go and have one. So it is just a guide, I guess, isn't it? A prediction. So anyway, my Q-RISK-2 scores come out at 1.92%. So what they're saying, based on the data, there's a 1.92% chance of me having a heart attack or stroke in the next 10 years. I don't know how to take that, really, because it is just a massive prediction. Does it consider your lifestyle within that 10 years? Or is it just saying if you stay on the current path you're in at the minute, either way, I'm going to do better to improve my numbers, to bring the cholesterol down, and to try and lower that percentage rather than just to say, right, well, there's a very low chance. So I'm going to take that with a pinch of salt. But thank you, NHS, for giving me that score of 1.92%. I think out of all the blood test results you've done, finding out I've got high cholesterol, which is fat in the blood, that needs to be reduced, is probably the most useful bit of information. Of course, when I'm on holiday, I'm on holiday. But I am going to reduce the overall junk that I eat, including the bangers, the famous bangers. We're going to be having them at the meet-up night on the 3rd. And of course, I'm going to be having brekkies out there. But I'm having way too many sausages, and I think obviously they're contributing for sure to the extra fat in the owl's blood. Right, everyone. Well, I did promise you I would share the results with you. And the reason I'm doing this is talking about men's health, mental, physical, but not just men as well. Of course, ladies watch this as well. And if that can inspire you guys, you ladies, to go to the doctors as well and get checked out. Because in the past, if I'm being honest, I used to shy away. I don't particularly like going to the doctors or anything like that. But what I've learned is none of that really matters. It doesn't change the fact, the data of your condition of your body, and actually it's probably better to have an insight into what's going on so you can try and improve it. And yeah, I've definitely got some work to do. Hopefully I'm sat here this time next year 14 stone, so over a stone lighter with normal cholesterol levels. I think that's a fair target for me. And if you've enjoyed this little vlog and you've got something from it, give us a thumbs up, share, comment. If you've not already, please subscribe. Your support means the world. The next live show will be on the 28th of September, just before I jump on the plane. Then we've got the next Pattaya trip at the start of October, a couple of days after the live show, or whenever it is, a few days after. And that's it. Then when I'm there, I've not exactly got a crew of people. It's me. I'll be doing the meetup nights, which we all know when they are, and also as many vlogs as I can produce on my holiday. So very exciting. And well, I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.